Welcome to God Crimes Pod with Danny and Maya.
I'm Danny.
And I'm Maya. Today, we are talking about a paradise, paradise in the J-Dub Jehovah Witness community. What do they envision it to be? Obviously, all of us sinners are not going to get to enjoy this magical, wonderful place, but we do know what we're going to be missing out on. So we're going to talk about that today. There's a lot of bureaucracy, which I know doesn't sound very paradisical, but Danny's going to explain why it's very important. God loves bureaucracy, and also bacon. But not the bacon that you're used to. This is some special God stuff. So let's get into it. First of all, what are you drinking today, Danny?
Today I am sipping on a little raspberry White Claw imitation from Costco. Little
Heck
seltzer.
Yeah. We love Kirkland, not
Kirkland
a sponsor.
brand.
Can you imagine if God Crimes Pod was sponsored by Costco? Only in my dreams. Honestly, this is one of my desires for the new system of things. Jehovah is supposed to provide anything I want, so I'm calling out a sponsorship from Costco.
I like it. Very good wish. It would be so cool if Costco's were going to be in the new system.
Absolutely.
But I am worried that that desire of mine would not be satisfied, which would be very sad. It's interesting because there's going to be jobs where people are going to have like menial labor, right?
Yeah.
Like there's supposed to be some kind of functioning economy, but in all of our literature, with all of the illustrations, like you have nice, like very nicely built houses, a lot of modern amenities, but there's no big box stores anywhere.
Dang it.
So I think we're going to have to put in a request with the big guy upstairs.
Seriously, I mean, bulk products, high quality, bulk products at low cost. It seems like a really good part of paradise, I have to say.
It seems very godlike to me.
It does.
Costco, if you're listening, we are available for sponsorships. And good news is, I can probably influence enough Jehovah's Witnesses, probably ex-Jehovah's Witnesses, to put in some words with the big guy upstairs for some franchisement opportunities in the new system of things.
Oh, new system of things, franchisement opportunities. That's not something you're going to get in this world.
That's right.
All right, Danny, tell us your story for the day.
So, paradise, things are supposed to be pretty great. You're going to have perfect health.
Perfect health.
You're going to have, in my conception of it, unlimited wealth. Like, they don't necessarily say that, but they do, like, imply, like, all your needs will be met. You're going to have a sick-ass house that's going to be as big as you want it to be for your family. Yeah.
But you do have to still do menial labor, right?
You do still have to do menial labor, yes. And
but it'll be
like,
worth it, because, you'll actually have everything you need.
Yeah. I think that's the idea, for sure. You're going to be able to pursue all of your passions, and the idea is that you put that shit off now, and then you'll be able to do it later in the new system. So it's kind of like, you know what? I could be a badass that could write, a beautiful composition, or I can, create an awesome play or whatever. But I can't do that now. It's
now.
It's almost like kids at school that are like, well, I could do that if I wanted to,
Oh, totally. I could totally be an epic, awesome badass, but in this life, I mean, it doesn't matter. I don't need to do anything in this life. I'll do it all in the new system of things. TM.
Well, I would really love to get into some of the things that we used to imagine about the new system. Yes. So as I may have said before, we are totally encouraged to use our imagination and to really hyperfixate on imagining things, right? So one of the things that I remember someone saying was that you could plant a great sequoia redwood tree, and you could plant it, watch it go from a little seedling to where it's like 20 feet wide,
Wow.
Which takes something like 1,000 years. No big deal, right?
Yeah.
And what you could do then, if you wanted to, is you could carve out a piano and make it like one piece of solid wood.
And you'd presumably be a good piano player at this time because you've had 1,000 years to work on it.
Hopefully. Although, procrastination is a really bad thing. I could see that happening. Just procrastinating learning the piano for 1,000 years, but then you still want to make one.
So that was actually like a suggested imagination for you as a child?
Yeah, that was suggested. Like, I remember a public talk where a guy said that anecdote. And he said, that's the kind of stuff that you need to be thinking about, So like, if you don't, if you can't learn the piano now, maybe you can plan on learning it in the new system at some point in time.
Whoa, that I just think about like our 12-year-old nephew, and like, if instead of, think about what passions you have, what things you like learning about, so that you can do really well in high school, so that you can then go to college and get a good job and be a happy person, like, real actual advice for human life. It's like, no. You don't need any of that, because you won't be able to grow a tree for 1,000 years. That's what the children should be thinking about.
Yeah, there is a deliberate intention that the JWs want to actively dissuade you from pursuing your interest, because your interest can take you away from what you're supposed to be doing, which is study, meeting, prayer, field service. And those little desires or those curiosities are, kind of squashed down.
Including the healthy ones, like, hey, Ma, I really want to learn how to play the piano. All right. Well, you just wait until the new system of things. Right now, you need to learn how to do field service work.
Yeah, it's really interesting because people could pursue things, and if they held the excuse of, oh, I can use this for service to Jehovah, So like,
yeah, okay.
I think someone could probably learn the piano, but if someone wanted to get really into like strategy games or something, how's that going to benefit the cult recruitment activity? Yeah. So that would definitely be dissuaded, for example.
There's one more fun thing that I want just as our little intro topic. You once mentioned to me that in the new system of things, all the animals are going to get along. It's going to be like a beautiful little fantasy like I had when I was like 5 years old playing with my ponies, and everything is perfect and there's no evil bad guys and nobody even eats each other, right? Like,
that's right. So a major sticking point is that lions will rest with lambs and they will get along. So, and there's even pictures in all of their literature, typically paintings, where a lion is just chilling there with a little baby sheep, little baby goat, little lamb just kind of chilling with it.
So much snuggles in the new system of things. It's snuggle time, USA.
Yes.
And world.
Oh my gosh. So one of the things about it is they're not going to eat each other, or the lion will not have the desire to eat lamb. So it's like, okay. What are they
gonna eat?
What are they gonna eat? The lion is gonna be just chewing on grass, just like a cow.
Got it.
Yes. And I remember learning like later on that carnivores have much longer digestive tracts than herbivores do. And so I would think, so God is going to like change their biology or like do some kind of a miracle to make it such that their biology doesn't work in the way that it does now to process meat or something.
That's the only explanation, is a magical like poof, all the lions now have herbivore digestive tracts.
Yeah, like it can only go two ways. Like either like their internal organs need to like physically change in order to like digest grass and get all the nutrients that they need, which they probably can't, or that God is actively doing a miracle every time that they eat something. And it's like,
every time seems like a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. It's a lot of God work.
I gotta say, a lot of God work. And so the first question that pops to my mind is, well, what about people? Like, humans like to eat meat. Most of us, like, if this is the vision for perfect health and happiness is no longer eating animals, then why aren't the J-Dubs vegan now?
So when you asked me that, it totally jogged my memory. All right. So the idea is that people will also not be eating meat.
Cool.
But that is very unpopular amongst a certain subset of Jehovah's Witnesses. And I remember conversations with an elder where one person who really loved to eat meat was like, well, I just don't understand why I have to be a vegetarian because I don't really like that sort of thing. Or whatever their voice sounded like.
It's not very American.
It's not very American at all. And I remember the elder saying, well, Jehovah does promise to satisfy all your desires. So I guess Jehovah would have to come up with something that tastes completely exactly like meat. You know, it's like a God Impossible burger or something, right?
God Possible.
God Possible burger. But this guy, this elder, I remember that he specifically said, you know what? God satisfies the desires of all of his living things. And if he doesn't want us to be eating meat anymore, as it makes sense because animals will no longer be eating meat, then God will do something to make sure that you get fully satisfied. So he'll probably just make a tree that will grow different meats, or like maybe a tree for every type of meat that you want. And so the idea was that there would be a bacon tree.
That sounds incredible. Come on, science. Make us a bacon tree.
You know what? All the praying in the world has not given us a bacon tree, so I think we need to switch to science.
I agree. If this is our goal. I mean, this immediately raises just a lot of questions about all of the desires that humans have, many of which are very dysfunctional and weird. And like, clearly it's like, well, you know, it's very nice to say, oh, Jehovah's going to give you all of your desires, you know, but wink, wink, not the weird ones. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Stop thinking about that. Asterisks. Only the ones that are currently socially acceptable, like eating bacon. You know, because you probably worldly pigs are like sinful pigs, right? But like pigs in the new system of things are like holy pigs. Therefore, we can't eat them later. We can eat them now, but not later. It's amazing how they seem to come up with an explanation for things like that, you know? Well, like in this sinful world, we can eat meat. It's no problem, you know? God's perfect earth is when we have to be vegetarians, but we'll pick ribs off of trees.
I just imagine like a nice apple tree, but in the place of the apples, just a perfectly seasoned rib, dripping with barbecue sauce.
Yeah. Little baby back.
Right onto little squirrels that happen to be underneath it or whatever.
So let's get back to our main storyline here. We have survived Armageddon. The dogs and birds have chowed down, cleaned things up. Seems like there might still be bones, but we're just going to ignore that for now. What happens next? Is paradise here on Earth?
Paradise is going to kick off, as irritating as this sounds, slowly.
No, get out of here.
Okay, so it's weird. So, like, there are some little propaganda videos where, like, some old guy, like, is looking in the mirror. He puts his face down to like rinse his face off in like a basin or something, and then he picks his head back up, looks in the mirror, poof, he's 30 again. Nice. Not an old dude.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah. So there's that. But then like I've heard it told that like, oh, it's gonna be gradual. You know, human beings are going to live forever, and it's gonna take 1,000 years to like get shit like to peak, basically. So I've heard it both ways. Again, it's like they're not thinking through their cosmology, which is very personally irritating to me.
Yes, I agree.
And frustrating.
Completely.
Yes. But yeah, and then, so in their telling, another little thing is everyone who has died that God thinks is cool enough will be resurrected to life on Earth in this paradise Earth, right? So what's irritating about that is they have a whole bureaucratic plan to like bring everyone back. Basically, they're like, well, we don't really know what God is going to do, but what we recommend that God does is like start in the modern days, like, you know, say 2025, and then work your way back. So everyone that died in 2024 gets resurrected, and then everyone in 2023 gets resurrected, and then just like work your way back.
Why does it have to be such a corporate schedule system?
You know, probably, you know, bureaucracy.
Yeah.
The pointless bureaucracy is kind of their calling card.
Got it. Yeah.
So, Gotta have it.
We know that God loves pointless bureaucracy. Red tape and
Red
weird
tape.
rules.
Oh, that God red tape. Oh my God, it's the worst.
It is. So, okay, got it. So, I mean, yeah, because it couldn't just be everyone gets to come back at once. It has to be some weird systematic thing.
Yo, so here's some more shit that is really irritating. Like the reason for that is they say, well, we can't just like snap our fingers, or we can't have God snap his fingers and then poof, everyone that died is here, because then we'd have something like 200 billion people on planet Earth or whatever it would.
No,
okay,
that makes no sense.
So they don't say that number, but they say, oh, well, we can't do that because then we'd have too many people all at once. So people need to come back gradually. That way we can like build houses for them or repair the broken houses that are emptied up.
But there's houses enough to fit like 6 billion people or whatever.
I know it. Yes.
And he's only letting the really good J-dubs come back. There's not that many really good J-dubs.
Well, okay, so you have to remember the real estate game at this point is like pretty dismal because like a lot of houses and shit has been destroyed by all the carnage from Armageddon.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Fair enough.
That's right. So that is like the reason that they tell. That's right.
Wow. I'm just speechless. I'm just like learning so many things.
Oh, I would not use the word learning.
I am listening with my ear holes.
You're listening with your ear holes and you are like beginning to like understand like a really comprehensive like cosplay that is virtually worthless.
Yeah, but it's not nearly as interesting as like Lord of the Rings, nor is it as well thought out.
No.
The cosmology has so many holes. It is so irritating.
God, I could have been raised in a Lord of the Rings cult.
Mm-hmm.
I could be so well versed on Tolkien.
That's right. Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry, honey.
Another life, another time, perhaps. That's okay.
And so, Paradise Earth, I mean, that's like the number one reason why anyone is doing this in the first place, being a part of this religion. So, tell me about it. Like, what is this magical place?
All right. So, Paradise Earth, the new system of things, is the number one incentive that they dangle as a little carrot to get people to come to the religion and stay in it. And some of the key takeaways about it are people are going to have perfect health.
Nice.
So perfect little tight bods.
Awesome.
And you're going to have unlimited lifespan, so literally all the time in the world.
Cool. And you don't have to exercise and eat well, right? Like you're just like got a tight bod.
You just got a tight bod. You got 6-pack abs. You just have a little, kiss by the sun, tan.
Beautiful. And you don't have to do anything.
You don't have to do shit for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So no crunches in the new system of things.
Nice.
Yeah, pretty sweet. Sweet deal. A curious selling point is they say like everyone will have satisfying work in the new system of things.
I don't want to work.
I know. You still have to like have a fucking job, but like
oh, but it'll be so satisfying.
Yeah. They're like, it's God work.
Boo.
So you'll be making nails in a factory and you'll just fucking love it.
Boo.
No, so like all the jobs that they like talk about are like, well, you know what? When all these people get resurrected, all the Jehovah's Witnesses are going to be teachers to teach the new people stuff. And so they will like say like, we're going to have that. And we're going to have to educate the world on God and the history of God's people. So we have to build museums for our shit.
Go ask any teacher if their job is paradise. They will tell you that is not something you should be looking forward to.
But it's weird because they acknowledge that like things are going to have to exist like nails and like buildings and infrastructure. So like, it's like they don't want to think too hard and be like, God, I hope I don't get assigned like, wastewater treatment duty or some shit.
Exactly. Like you survived all of this. You spent your whole life for God, and now you're working in a wastewater plant, in paradise.
In paradise.
Or you're still a janitor in paradise.
Yeah, like God's miracles have been unleashed, and like conceivably they will be continued to be unleashed, but you're still going to be working at a fucking wastewater treatment plant. And like In a nail factory, God can't just snap his fingers and make all the shit, which is so confusing to me. I don't understand why not.
That is incredibly
Like, Jesus could just snap his little fingers and then poof, like a really nice, well-built, townhome.
Exactly.
That's going to last like 200 years or something. Like just an awesome, sick-ass house.
Yeah.
Yeah. But nope, gotta have those factory jobs.
You gotta build it yourself with your own hands. And,
yep.
Okay, you mentioned something about the tools. You gotta tell me this.
All right.
Right now.
So, a bit of controversy in the J-dubs is in all the like artwork and the literature, like there's like really fucking nice houses, like modern homes.
Mm-hmm.
But the way that they portray paradise is like kind of like there's no roads and like everything is just like vast fields of flowers, but then these houses are just sticking out of nowhere. And then anytime that they ever portray tools, it's always hand tools. And so like the suggestion is that we won't have sick ass DeWalt brushless battery operated tools. And so we're going to have to build like all this modern shit with old school tools, like just hand tools.
You're gonna have to Jesus it. Just some Jesus carpentry.
I want to see Jesus in a white robe with a little red sash, just cutting a board on a miter saw. That's my desire. And God is supposed to fulfill my desires.
Yes.
I don't think that's too much to ask. Also, Jesus, you would fucking love a brushless tool set.
I was
Awesome.
gonna say, I feel like he'd be a fan of the Ryobi line of, battery powered tools.
Affordable.
So not a sponsor.
Great for DIY. Not a sponsor. But Jesus would appreciate the pricing model that Ryobi has.
Exactly. So it sounds like a lot of work. It sounds like a lot of work and a lot of effort just to maybe get some paradise time.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And like what they'll say is like, oh, well, you're going to be like living forever. So you could just like use hand tools to like build a 3-story, 5-bedroom house.
But that sounds like
it's
shit.
a huge waste of time.
That sounds awful. That's not
I got
how
things to do, even if I'm living forever.
I don't want to spend the first 50 years of my paradise life just like slowly building crap by hand. That's not. No, just because you have a lot of time doesn't. Can you imagine, like, say a human lifespan is 300 years? Does that mean that we should all waste our time, like, dicking around doing things really ineffectively instead of actually enjoying ourselves?
In their telling, yes.
Yes.
Again, it's like they didn't think this through very well.
So there will be dogs in paradise, though, right?
Yes, there will
That's
be
nice.
doggies. Yep, they might have stinky toots post Armageddon based on their diet. We won't get into it. But yeah, there is going to be doggies in the new system of things.
Well, that's
that is
nice.
correct.
That's nice. And everyone will be resurrected. I mean, so they use that all the time. Like you've mentioned how like they'll go to cemeteries to try to, get new recruits by saying, oh, you want to see your grandma again? Like, just join our cult and, she'll come back. Although it depends on what year she died. You might have to wait a while if she died in the 90s because, she wasn't a modern death, apparently.
Exactly.
According to the bureaucratic schedule of being risen.
So this is what's going on for 1,000 years. This is God's 7th day. And to those that are not aware, God's days are 1,000 years to one of his days. So this is the 7th one.
Got it.
So,
okay.
Fun fact.
So menial labor for 1,000 years?
Yep, menial labor, teaching people who, you got to tell Benjamin Franklin, like, what's what, when he comes back.
He counts?
Yep.
Oh, get out of here. There's no way he wasn't a giant sinner.
Oh, well, he was absolutely a sinner. But, check this shit out. So, even if someone was like a wild, like just a terrible sinner, pre-Armageddon, they're coming back.
Wait, what?
Yep. But when Armageddon kicks off and like someone's just like, just like a nice, teacher or something, but like didn't listen to the witnesses, they're fucking gone permanently. God's not bringing them back.
So all the people that have died in the past are coming back?
All the people that have died in the past are coming back, except for the ones that died in Armageddon, because God specifically killed them.
Oh, so that's why they think there's going to be way too many people. I thought it was only like good J-dubs that were coming back. It's everybody?
Everyone's coming back.
That makes no... Okay, I was going to say that makes no sense, but I don't need to say that.
Yes, so correct. So like basically a cutoff is if somebody was a Jehovah's Witness, like this guy, and like left, they're not coming back because they knew God. They had the holy knowledge, but they chose to leave very stupidly to go have a productive, happy life.
I'm a little bit confused. So if people that were told about like the J-dubs in the past and said no and died, they're not coming back either. Like anyone that learned the message but rejected it, even if they're already dead, not coming back.
So if they heard it and rejected it, they are coming back.
They are?
Now the cutoff is if someone heard it, got baptized, dedicated their life to it, and then realized, oh shit, this is a fucking cult, and they left, fucking gone. They're done. They're not coming back in their cosmology. And so the cutoff is people that like knew it and became baptized. They're not coming back. And then the people who died during Armageddon are not coming back. But everyone else is coming back.
Oh, it's just so frustrating because like...
Oh, God. Yes, it is.
You could just die and then you'd get to come back and experience paradise. Like, I don't get it. Like, you don't even have to be a good J-dub. Like, everyone who's ever lived and died is getting to go back to paradise. I'm getting way overly riled up about this new understanding that every single person that has ever lived is coming back. This just seems like, what is the point of any of this? Okay.
All right. So just a little fact check for myself. Not a fact check, but a little like disclaimer. I'm really happy that I'm having a hard time remembering so much of this stuff. And so a lot of it comes from like personal experience more than like particular doctrine. So for example, my mom was like, upset that she talked to her mom about our church because she felt like her mom knew enough to not come back in paradise.
Oh, that's
even
terrible.
Though she wasn't like fully baptized and dedicated, so it kind of varies with people.
Terrible.
And again, because they say, oh, only God knows. So you never know. Everyone just has to do their very best. And by that, we mean like you really got to just throw away your entire life into this stuff. So there is variation for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the idea is God is so generous, except not with the people that are saying, no, and Armageddon comes. Mm-hmm. But God is very generous with like everyone else that like either didn't hear the message at all when they were alive, or if they like, didn't get a lot of the message when they were alive.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, all right. I can see how that would be helpful for the cosmology of feeling like God is loving and you're good people. It's a good answer to, well, what about people born in an area where there was never any chance for any J-dubs to get to them?
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. What they say is like, okay, an uncontacted tribe in the Amazon that like never has any concept of Christianity whatsoever. Like God's still going to bring him back, but some, intrepid witnesses are going to have to go and like teach these people. And then like, again, it's always the disclaimers with God. So like little asterisk, they get to be contacted by a Jehovah's Witness in paradise. And they're going to be told like, okay, here's the deal. Here's what's up. We were fucking right. Everyone else is wrong. What we said happened. Also, like you have to become one of Jehovah's Witnesses now.
Yeah.
And like their argument is like the evidence will be so overwhelming at that point that like most people are going to accept it.
Ooh, what happens to the ones that don't?
But if they don't, what happens is after that like seventh God's day and after the end of the 1,000 years of like a perfect earth,
okay,
then those people are subject to getting killed again.
Nice.
Boom. Big twist. They get killed a second time.
So there's, after that first 1,000 years, there's kind of like another like...
Aha, yes. So I should explain this actually.
Okay.
So after that 1,000 years of perfection is up, like everyone has grown to perfection. Everyone has perfect health, a house, and like a good job and whatever. And then for whatever reason, God releases Satan upon the earth once again.
Wait, what?
Satan the devil and his demons that were like were the whole reason why Armageddon happened in the first place, to get rid of him. It turns out he was held in suspended animation, like the Phantom Zone in Superman, I'm pretty sure.
Get the hell out of here.
And so God's like, all right, Satan, go cause chaos again. Go cause chaos, get out there, and try to trick my Earthlings one more time. Let's run it back.
Talk about a freaking plot twist. What the hell? You got to do like a big final boss battle after 1,000 years of thinking everything's great, and now demons are taking over the earth?
Yeah, that's right. And so, like, it is like the final demarcation point where, like, okay, if anyone is a bad boy and a bad girl and doesn't want to be one of Jehovah's Witnesses, they're permanently killed forever. Like, no more coming back. This is the last chance.
Got it. But you got 1,000 years on a perfect earth.
Yep.
Like,
it's not so bad.
how many people are going to be like, can I leave now, please? Like, I'm tired of being alive.
Like, I'm fucking surrounded by insufferable, like, religious lunatics. Get me off of this goddamn planet.
That would be me.
Yeah.
I'd be like, oh my God, devil and your demons, take me with you, please.
Just have a nice hang with the devil and his demons. And be like, all right, I've had enough of this.
There's so many video games that have some like bad guy that's like trapped in time. Like, that's just what I was thinking. Like, the devil is like trapped, but something loosens his cage, and now you got to go and fight him, with your little
oh my God. Just
sword and bow.
A tiny little tangent, if I may.
Yes,
so, fun fact, the angels are spirit creatures, right? And only God and only Jesus have eternal life, meaning that they do not need to subsist on anything to continue existing. However, all of the angels, all of these other spirit creatures, have to partake of some kind of spiritual sustenance that only God can give them, right? So what that means is that angels flying around out there right now, peering through people's showers and watching people, have sex in their bedrooms or whatever. Gross. They have like basically something akin to like a spiritual tie to God. I think of it kind of like a what do babies have when they're in the womb? An umbilical cord.
Yeah.
They have like a spiritual umbilical cord.
Wow.
Yeah, that they gain sustenance from God from. And it's the same thing for the for Satan's angels as well, the demons. Okay. They also have this like spiritual umbilical cord. So God is like actively feeding them, like even while they're like here on Earth, like just wreaking havoc, Yeah. So weird little tangent. That is in the cosmology.
Feeding them like manna or something, right?
Some kind of like quote spiritual sustenance.
Okay.
So.
Wow.
I choose to think of it as oatmeal, quite honestly. Why not? All this is made up anyway.
Imagine if that's the only thing you get to eat for all of eternity.
God oatmeal.
God
plain.
Oatmeal. Plain. You'll like it.
You'll like it.
And I like the idea of angels being spirit creatures. That's so spooky.
Yeah. The immaterial, can like fly through walls or whatever the hell, can see through walls, move around the world in that way.
Dude, tell me more about angels. I remember you saying something about how, like, in traditional, what I would say more traditional Christianity, angels are very loving and kind, and they're like messengers, and they protect people, right? They're guardian angels. How do the J-Dubs view angels?
All right, so in true corporate fashion, there is like a hierarchy. Okay. And so you have archangels, which I believe Jesus was one, like Gabriel, pretty sure.
No, Jesus wasn't an archangel.
He what? Well, get
out of here.
The telling that I had heard.
What?
Yeah, Jesus was an angel before he was Jesus.
What?
Yep, he was an angel, just like all the others, like requiring God's whatever he gives to subsist.
The oatmeal.
Yeah, the thank you, godly oatmeal.
Yeah.
And Jesus was just another angel, and he showed up in the Old Testament as like an archangel or something. And only later on, after he died for mankind's sins and he was resurrected, then he like ascended to like true like invincibility and like gets to live forever with no godly no godly sustenance.
I don't think that's mainstream Christianity, dude.
Probably not. Sounds kind of weird now that I say
it. Sounds really weird. Jesus is definitely like his own thing. He's not an angel. He's one of the like Holy Trinity things.
But he had an alias in the Old Testament.
So I really do think that like the Jehovah's Witnesses like aren't really Christian. Like they're Christian based. They're Christian-esque, but they really have their own like cosmology like for real. Like even the way they imagine things is not mainstream.
Right. Yeah, not Trinitarian, Jesus is God's son. They're not one thing.
Again, it sounds like the cosmology is not necessarily consistent about all of these things. Like there is a lot of room for different elders to kind of, change certain things, or it sounds like there's just always a lot of discussion and dialogue because the cosmology isn't like set in stone within this group.
So one of the things that the Jehovah's Witnesses are so proud of as to how they've come up with their interpretations and their cosmology is back in the day when they were like the Bible students, what they said was the thing that makes them special was they use scripture to interpret scripture. And so like looking back at that now, like to me, that's like we use bullshit to interpret other bullshit.
Perfect.
Yeah, like basically, like,
interesting.
of course, the Bible says contradicting things all over the place, and you can make it say whatever you want. And but like their claim is like, oh well, we only take the Bible and then we like compare scriptures to other like relevant scriptures when they're talking about the same subject and like just reinforce whatever the overall narrative is concerning a particular subject.
So now that you are not in the group anymore, how do you feel about this whole paradise concept?
Well, a couple of things come to mind. Similar to how there have been an endless amount of people that have promised doomsdays, there have been perhaps as many people that have promised paradisical situations.
Yes, absolutely.
If you listen to me, you're going to end up in paradise. How cool is that?
Yeah.
And then people will say, well, this person is saying if I behave this certain way, then I get to go to paradise. So I don't want to miss out on this opportunity of paradise because it is truly transcendentally, unimaginably incredible.
Yeah.
And people that are not very good at risk assessment will make that deal all the time. But every time that somebody has promised a person paradise, they have failed to deliver it. And that is true for every instance in history.
And there have been predictions going back over 2,000 years, like in written history of actual dates and times too. Like humans love to do this. We love to have some kind of certainty over the end of our lives. I think that it feeds into just this need to know about death and to have an answer for death. And instead of having it be this mysterious thing where we all die at an unknown time, it's much more comforting to think, wow, it's going to happen on Tuesday, May 29th, 2010 or whatever number of times that people have predicted the end. It is almost comforting to have a date.
Yeah, it's a very comforting delusion because the truth of the matter is, just as we had no say from when we came into this world, from when we were born, we also have no say when our life meets its end. Yeah. Not really. And that is too scary of a truth for a lot of people to accept. Surely all the people that I knew that were believers, they just could not accept that notion. And so the idea of paradise, it gives somebody permission to kind of abandon their life right now and just give up any ambition or desires that drive them to do something. They can just abandon that with the false hope for a future. Paradise in and of itself is not a good thing for people to believe in just because it's false. One of the things that we know for sure is that we have this life right now.
That's right.
This is, in fact, the only for sure life that we absolutely get to have.
Yeah.
And the likelihood of any of these people that promise a life after death, they do not have good odds because literally 100% of their predictions have failed thus far.
That's right. It's like living your entire life hoping to win the lottery. Like the chances of it are so low that it's like doing every single thing in your entire life to win this lottery. Except unlike the real lottery, there's not even really proof that it is going to happen. It's not even, there's not proof that there even is a lottery.
Yeah.
So you're living your whole life for something that there is no way to prove that you're even living for anything. And what a tragedy to have all of these people really just giving up their lives, the one life they for sure have. Well, that's the end of our show for today. Thank you for listening. We hope that all of you can find your own little slice of paradise in our lives as we live them now.
That's right, peeps. Try to make your own paradise in this life that we for sure have.
Yeah.
And I want to ask any XJW listeners out there to please write in to godcrimespod@gmail.com with any of your wacky, weird beliefs that you heard. I think the most interesting beliefs are not found in the Bible Teach Book or the God's Love book, but interesting things that you hear in car groups or at social gatherings where people kind of really let their imaginations fly and they believe weird things.
That's right. Personal stories, intimate stories. And we can keep stories anonymous or use first names. Totally up to you. We understand, that this is sometimes sensitive stuff to talk about, but we would love to just gather more personal stories, the actual experience, lived experience of other people that were in the group.
That's right. I'm going to be sharing more of my personal embarrassing stories and beliefs, so you can look forward to that, especially on the dating episode.
Again, that's godcrimespod@gmail.com. And we'll see y'all next week. Thanks so much again for tuning in.
Thank you for listening.
We love you.